Hello everyone and welcome to Books Unboxed. Today, we bring you the moving and unforgettable story of a young girl whose voice still echoes through time. This is the real diary of Anne Frank, one of the most powerful accounts of hope, fear, and humanity during World War II. Let's jump into the book. Anne Frank was a lively 13-year-old Jewish girl living in Amsterdam. For her birthday, she received a red and white checkered diary, which she named Kitty. She began writing letters to Kitty, sharing her innermost thoughts, teenage dreams, and everyday life. But life was about to change. As the Nazis invaded the Netherlands and began persecuting Jews, Anne's world turned upside down. On July 6, 1942, Anne and her family went into hiding to escape arrest. They moved into a secret annex above her father's office building, hidden behind a movable bookcase. Anne lived in the secret annex with her parents, sister Margot, the Van Pels family, and a dentist named Mr. Dussel. 8 people, 2 years, 1 hidden space. In her diary, Anne recorded their daily routines, the fears of discovery, the food shortages, and the arguments that naturally arose in such close quarters. But she also wrote about hope, love, and her dreams of becoming a writer. Anne often clashed with her mother and had complicated feelings for her. She found comfort in her father, Otto Frank, who was her closest confidant. Over time, she developed a quiet friendship and later a teenage crush on Peter Van Pels, the teenage boy who also lived in the annex. Despite the war outside and the darkness all around, Anne tried to keep her spirit alive. She read books, studied languages, and kept her mind busy. What's so powerful about Anne's diary is not just her story, but her voice. Even in hiding, Anne's thoughts soared with maturity, reflection, and courage. She often questioned the world's cruelty and wondered how humans could do such terrible things to each other. But she also believed in goodness. One of her most famous quotes is, "In spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart." She wanted to live on after death, not just in memory, but through her writing. Anne edited parts of her diary herself, hoping to publish it once the war ended. She dreamed of becoming a journalist or author. On August 4th, 1944, after 2 years, in hiding, someone betrayed them. The Nazis raided the annex and arrested everyone inside. Anne and her family were sent to concentration camps. She and her sister Margot eventually died of typhus in Bergen-Belsen in early 1945, just weeks before the camp was liberated. Of all the people in hiding, only Otto Frank, Anne's father, survived. When he returned to Amsterdam, a kind family friend Miep Gis gave him Anne's diary. Reading it, Otto was deeply moved. He said, "I never knew my daughter had such depth." He made sure her voice was heard around the world. Anne Frank never got to see her dream come true, but her diary became one of the most read books in the world. It's been translated into over 70 languages and has touched millions of hearts. Her words continue to teach us about courage, hope, and the strength of the human spirit in the face of darkness. The Diary of a Young Girl is not just a story from the past. It's a reminder of what happens when hate takes over and why we must always choose empathy and humanity. If you haven't read this book yet, we highly recommend you do. If you liked this summary, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Books Unboxed for more powerful stories like this. Let Anne's words inspire us to live with more compassion and courage.